Okay, I am going to basically attempt to magnetize this whole section of my Imperial Knight. I've never done anything this complex before, so this should be quite interesting to see how it turns out. So what we basically got is a combination of different panels, and they need to basically just be put together in just the right way so that they can be magnetized, pulled apart, restuck, and everything else you can imagine. So probably my first and most obvious place to start is over here with this section, because I've done one of these before, so I know the process on this so far. I know what I have to do. Now I'm going to start off, going to get this, and the plan is quite simple. I'm just going to cut off any kind of protrusions on them, so any indents or anywhere popping in or anywhere popping out. It's nice and simple on these. Now, when I was doing my test run, I found out very quickly that it was essential to just kind of really get this completely flattened away to begin with, and to put two magnets on it. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to use very thin magnets at this point. As you can see, we're talking very thin, because of the way that this doesn't really, it just pops out of the top of it. In fact, still need to shave this down a tiny bit more. Fortunately, it's a bit of a process, really. So what I need to do is I need to get two of these size magnets, and then I just need to pop them together to make sure that when this closes, it's not going to have a gap. And as you can see, it's going to be perfectly tight, no problem. Okay. So let me prep this this little bit of the magnetizing process. Actually, it's so hot today that my office is roasting, and as I've been gluing stuff, everything's just got worse and worse with build up and whatever else you can imagine. Okay, now I've got to make sure the magnets go in the same direction, hence doing it this way. keep wondering if I should go away and get myself some proper like resin at the moment. Because I am sometimes wondering if the way that I'm approaching gluing these with super glue it's not going to cause a long-term good long-term bond, but unfortunately it's all I've got at this stage. I'm just trying to push these so that they... Ooh. That was interesting. The two magnet stacks got too close to each other. So let's check if those. Now, unfortunately, you can't just put one magnet on because it'll just slide around constantly. Which is why I've got some smaller magnets over here. Now, I do love magnets. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them here. So I've got one that's going to go sit in there. And what I've got to make sure is that this isn't going to get knocked out. So it's just a matter of forcing this in and pushing it downwards. Same on the other side. Get this on. Oh, that was interesting. One of those things about dealing with magnets is obviously when you've got a lot of magnets near each other, they're going to try and get to each other, as whether you like it or not. So there we go. Just leave this to dry now over here. That's better. Make some space between that and the magnets, hadn't I? Okay. So what they'll do is they'll just form a nice little bond, and when I do need to kind of detach the knight, nice and simple. Okay. Now comes the next stage. I've got to start building up the internals and deciding where the magnets are going to go inside these. So first and foremost, I have this piece here. Now I think what I'm going to have to do is, there's also this one. Let me check this little attachment. It's always trying to remember every single little thing along the way, isn't it? So see, this goes like this, and then you've got this additional one coming off here, and I think that goes into so what I need to do is get this magnetized into here. Now I'm thinking that I've got to find somewhere that's hidden. So it's always such a difficult choice exactly where you put the magnets, because you don't, you've got to make sure that parts are hidden that are hidden. Sometimes you haven't got an obvious location to put it. So let's have a quick think here. So what my plan is I'm going to put a little batten in here and sink it down a little bit. I've got to get this nice and tight. Don't want any space around it or anything. Now, hopefully this is gonna slide in here. I need to straighten it up a bit. Okay, so I'm going to have to get that all nicely glued up, and then I'm going to have to gently put it into place. So this is basically, I need something to support a magnet on this side. Now, I have no way of truly knowing exactly how much space I've got here. So let me just glue here. Take a couple of smaller magnets. I mean, I am having a feel inside this, and I was thinking to myself, do we even need the magnets? Because this actually slides in quite tight. Slide too much, didn't This has decided it wants to move. Let's see if this will sit again. There, right. Good. Right. So let's see if I can now get this side glued in. Please stick. Now, my worry about this side is it's a curved side, and I don't really have an easy way to flatten it out. Sort one side out and the other side gets messed up. Right, trying to put this back in again. This is not going to be a fun job, is it? This is going to be a horrible, horrible time. If anyone wants to leave a comment about why I needlessly torture myself like this, I would really appreciate one, actually. What am I thinking? Do I need all of this? Yes, I do. This is the problem. I need this. It's like a challenge, isn't it? I must find a way to magnetize this whole model. That's it, isn't it? My madness. The madness. What's it called? The madness of King George. I think these are going to be all right to do with any luck. Just looking at the process of putting them on. Now, that one covers fully. These two are a bit... This one's probably the best one to actually practice doing the magnet on because it's got a nice flat part there. So, let's go with that one first. If I sink that perfectly in the middle, then what I can do is a bit of an old trick, I think, this. Oh, things are drying today. go, and that's where I'm going to drill. Now, I feel like I need quite a large drill bit for this, so I'm a bit worried about the size that I'm going to drill out. Let's see, if I start with this one and build up in size. And see, just gonna get a drill bit in here, drill it through as far as I need. Gosh, I'm really not safe. I've got a hole developing. Okay, now I've got a little hole. I'm just going to see if I actually need a bigger magnet or if I can use one of my smaller ones. Let me just check. I'm waiting for my small magnets to all come. I've got the next one to this, but I don't have the next one up. But it's not, I don't need too much strength. What I'm trying to do here is create the smallest profile possible. Right. On top of that, I'm just going to put a plastic on the back to act as a brace for that magnet so it doesn't risk popping in. Got to be careful there as well, because just a little bit above that we've got the gear. So this gear needs to make sure that it's never gonna get knocked into by something else down there. Don't put the right one there. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is torture. Oh, unfortunately, as I've probably said in a lot of my videos, I don't have a very good back. And unfortunately, doing stuff like this is just torture. It is so painful for me. And the fact that I keep doing it is, you know, because I get satisfaction, and I refuse to let my health condition dictate my life. Unfortunately, it likes to dictate my life. Okay. Now, it's probably obvious to some of you watching at this point that there's a few moments where I pause and let things dry. You can see that this isn't going to work unless I take a little bit of... I'm going to have to... I'm worried. It's like, it's... Gosh, this is a pain. It's not quite deep enough, and it's kind of sitting a little bit out. Now, as much as I can fix that, I'm going to have to cut into this and hope I don't come out the other side. So here goes, well, here goes nothing. Right, now it's time to see if this has worked. So what I need to do is I need to make sure that this is deep enough. Oh, come on. Hopefully, right, let's get this on now. I can feel a notch on this side. Just on this side I can feel a little notch. not just going to stop it bonding. Trying to wind me up this now. You go there and you stay there. You stay there. You don't stick to my finger and you don't stick to anything else. You stay right there. Good. That's how you do it. You got to tell these miniatures. You got to like really make them aware who's in charge. It's not weird. It's very weird. Now, with this one, I'm going to have to, once again, build a little bit of a brace at the back. No idea where that went. It's not the part that I need, though. Now, let's hope that what this going to do is going to give me a bit of support without getting it all the way in. On the way to test that again, is by doing that, and then popping that on and seeing if it, yeah, so it will, good. Oh, thank goodness, that's not going to require so much work. The only problem is it's going to need a little bit of help. I mean, there's always a slight chance that these will not get close enough together. Oh, and in that case, I've got thicker magnets that I can use, you know, like to build up thicker and thinner magnets, and sometimes that's what I'm going to have to do on jobs like this. Right, shall I ask the question then? Oh. How long is eternity? Because this is what this feels like at the moment. This feels like a how long is eternity question. Because it seems like I'm constantly having to change my plans to get this to work. Glad I've got this video to go back over. Jeez. Poor neck. I'm gonna be stiff tonight. Right, and once again, I'm gonna have to build this up here. So this is probably going to be a lot more of a build-up at the back, this, because there is so much more going on this part. So I'm going to try my best to work out what thickness I need. It's going to be done by just basically building these into it until I get to the desired height. Okay. Right. So based upon how this one looks in thickness, I think I'm going to have to make it a double stacked. I'm going to use one of this thick magnet now just to actually help bridge the gap. Oh, come back. I mean, you can see now that these are actually connecting. So if I kind of fold that nice and solid, pull that one in, nice and solid. I've got these two. You can see, ooh, slippy but solid. I think, again, I don't need to do much else with this really, but I do need to find a way to now get these two sides to lock together neatly. So let's start considering that little process. Actually, do you know, part of me thinks that if I get this properly magnetized anyway, this will hold together on its own. So maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. This kind of just pops on anyway. So my biggest kind of issues, and even then, I mean, some of these pieces just seem to sit quite neatly on. That one doesn't, so that one's going to have to be a magnet job. I'm going to have to work this one out carefully. But I think this will potentially hold together with everything else pulling it. I keep forgetting you can't put. There we go. They're all good now. Well, I'm really pleased that I've got those side panels attached. They were one of my biggest worries. Now the big one. I think the obvious solution to this is, so that it's hidden, just put a couple of battens down and there. So if I pop a button in here, about this point, another button there. I thought he had some perfectly cut out plastic card to make this perfect, but never mind. Or a 3D printer. It's a 3D print the part exactly how I need it. That would also help right now. So I was just looking here at that largest magnet. So I've got these really huge magnets. But unfortunately, even if I... Perfect size. Perfect size. Perfect size. Perfect size. They are the perfect size. Look at that. They fit in perfectly. So what I need to do is get my button attached. Just the right place to give it a bit of support as it slides in. Oh, magnets. Sliding already. Well, this one here is more interested in sticking to my finger than to the other plastic, which is weird because I'm not exactly... I don't know. I don't consider myself to be very good for bonding too, but you know. You just need to say where I put you, that's all I need from you. Now, if I pop that in there, kind of glue it around. I'll just leave that to glue carefully. So I feel like this is going to work. I say feel, they are incredible famous last words. But I think my plan is solid. How long have I been at this? Wow, 45 minutes. And that's not including all the times that I've paused to dry, which I'll be doing now. Okay. Now, my plan, my sneaky plan, my hopeful plan, is that because we got a nice kind of join there, what we might be able to do this magnet is so strong. Is work this in a kind of 3-layered approach. That's if I'm using the right one though, isn't it? So it's not going to work on this one, but I think it's going to work on this one because it's got a good solid base. So if I kind of put that in there, these are such strong magnets that they're going to hold it together no matter what. So I think with this one, this is nice and easy. I've just got to really get a bit of glue in there. Pop this one in there. Got to get it perfectly in the middle. This is the only thing. So they should just pull together. Now this one is a little bit different because obviously I need to replace this each time. Still, I reckon we're going to have the same basic logic here. If I can find a way to fill that and put a magnet on it. So say this one here. Yeah, I might just need to file down just a tiny bit, not too much. No one's going to see it. Just to create a little indent there. That'll fit in there nicely now. Good. Right. Right, there's one down. Let's get this done, and then if it works as planned, this will just stick just by the sheer magnetism of the other side. That's the plan. That's the success. Oh well, is it wrong to promote myself to a bit clever? I'm happy with that. I've done something that I didn't think I was going to be able to do. I'm actually really chuffed. Gosh, I was so worried when I started this process, and now I'm just like, yes, it's working. I might actually succeed. Okay. This is the kind of last major add-on before I call myself done. What's that sticking on there? Ow. It's almost perfect, but let me check with this one. So on this side, this just popped out slightly while it's drying. Because it's popped out even that tiny bit. Let's just check a second. Right, I think probably what I can do. Yeah, what it's doing is it's just catching it just slightly. Forcing it outwards, it's so annoying. I'm gonna have to remove it and then reset it. Stay like that. Okay, while that's drying, I'm going to work on this side now and see if I can get this last little bit at the back to hold in. Again, same thing might basically work. I mean, I might not need to do much effort on this. Magnet on the inside of there. That. Maybe one of these big heavy duty ones. At the other end. There. Again, I'm not really going to have to because these are very strong magnets, it should be possible just to kind of have them separate and still get the pull I need. I think, of course, obviously, I am going to have to pause for a bit just to double check everything's dried quickly and properly. Oh, go on, squeeze together, don't do that. Why are you not all the way together? You were fine before. Okay, hold that like that for now. This pops there, doesn't it? I think it goes that way. This one is going to pop onto here, like so. See, that's all kind of sticking together just due to its own pressures. Right, this is probably the one that I'm most interested in checking the bond of. Good. black ones. Okay, that one definitely wasn't ready yet. Probably a bit more glue and give it a chance to actually set. Come on with you. Oh, I've just got a couple more things I've got to let dry, and then I can really see how well together it goes. I do seem to be having a bit of a problem here. Does squeeze together, it just then pops apart. I'll have to fix that a little bit later on. Right, oh gosh, I am so close to. Gee, this has been one of the longest magnetizing jobs I have ever done. Don't get me wrong, I'm very pleased with what I've got going here. It does feel like everything will just click together in the end, which is nice. That could probably do with another magnet attaching to it there, just to help build up the bond. It's kind of slightly, just a tiny bit smaller than it needs to be. Right, is this ready? Let's see if this is ready. Oh, there we are. We've done it. I've actually managed to do it. I can't believe that. I've got to put the little what are they called now? The hydraulics on there. But it doesn't, I can do it with that later. They'll just kind of glue there, go on the side. I have managed somehow to magnetize every single one of this knight's main weapons. I am so pleased. I am absolutely chuffed. I've got the full works. Look at that. Excellent. Well, I kind of hope you liked that video. It must be one of the longest builds I've ever had to do. Oh no, I've still got that. I'm going to cry. There's always something else to do, isn't there? Hang on. Yeah, this needs gluing on, unfortunately. This needs... Oh, please don't have something else to do now of all times. Let's see if I... Ooh. See if I can cheat, actually. Yeah, actually, I should be able to cheat with this part. I should just be able to glue it on here. I don't have to magnetize this one on. Just to make sure that it's glued in the perfectly the right place. Right, that's it. That is how you magnetize this entire knight's battle cannon, lance, and what's it called? The thermal cannon. My back's dead, and it's been an hour, but I'm so pleased with myself. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.